Hi everyone, welcome to Sunya IAS. In this class, we are starting the new part of your Modern Indian History series, and this is your lecture number 3. We will discuss the Carnatic Wars today. Okay, we have 3 Carnatic Wars, but before I start that, let me tell you a very important information. Please let me know if it is working fine from your side. I hope I'm audible and visible to you clearly. Okay. So guys, there is some important information for you that we are starting a new batch. This is a GS Foundation batch. If you are planning to appear for 2026 or 27, then you will be getting the complete course for prelims and mains. The best thing is that you will be having live classes, not the recorded classes. Live classes where you will have a complete live level of interaction. Then quality content is going to be there. As you know that Sunya IAS is known for its content, right? Content is the king for us. And yes, we maintain that with the personal mentorship. So yes, the personalized mentorship is going to be there with you. So what you need to do, if you have any queries regarding this, just call on this number. This is the number of my team and they will help you and guide you in each and every matter. Okay, just take this number. Okay, 8595352083. Okay, very easy to remember, not like the history dates. Fine. So just take it and keep a screenshot of this particular slide with you. The batch is starting on 12th of December. So before the 12th of December, you need to enroll and you will be getting the good offers so that you get the early bird offers. So to get the early bird offers, just call on this number. Fine. So now let's start the session. As you know, we are discussing about Carnatic wars. Fine. The Carnatic area is the area in South India. Yes, good evening, guys. That's great that you guys are here. Namaskar. And thank you so much for coming. Please like the video, everyone. I can't see that everyone has liked it. Please like it and share it as soon as possible. Fine. Now, the Carnatic wars, this we need to discuss today. Basically, when I say Carnatic, don't think about Karnataka. Okay. Do you know Carnatic music? There is a music like Hindustani music and Carnatic music. So Carnatic is a region which is considered to this particular part. This is your Carnatic. Okay. So let me just highlight it for you. Okay. This is Carnatic. The area which is here known as Arcot also. So I'll tell you how the Arcot was, who was the king of Arcot, what happened here. So let's start from the beginning. Okay. In the Carnatic area, the downfall of Mughal Empire happened. We know that it happened after some time. Later Mughals, they were not having a good influence. So the downfall of Mughal Empire happened and it led to the independence of Deccan. Deccan means this particular area which is the Nizam dominion. And here Nizamul Mulk was the one who started the new house of Hyderabad, the Nizam house. I hope you remember we have discussed about Nizamul Mulk. He only helped the later Mughals to get rid of Sayyid brothers. Okay, so he is a very strategic person. Now, Nizamul Mulk started this. Then the Carnatic region, it also got formed and it also became a part of Nizam's dominion later. But the ruler of Carnatic, they accepted the suzerainty of Nizam, but they were also independent. Here you will see a war of succession. There will be a struggle between Chanda Sahib and Anwaruddin. These two rulers are there. Chanda Sahib, Anwaruddin. Okay, they will fight to get the throne of Arcot. So we will discuss how they will fight. Now the French governor of Pondicherry was Dupleix at that time. Okay, so Dupleix, he was taking care of Pondicherry. This is Pondicherry here, and you can see this is Madras here. In this story of Carnatic War, you will see Pondicherry and Madras are very important. These two locations. This is Madras, this is Pondicherry. These two locations are very, very important. We will discuss these two locations again and again. Now, the French governor of Pondicherry, Dupleix, he opened the attack on English. Why? It was a kind of a extension to the Austrian War of Succession. there was a war going on in Austria. If you remember, I gave you the introduction of Austrian War of Succession in the last class. Do you remember that? That in Austria, who will become the next king of Austria, on this matter, the fight was going on. Okay, the French had their own candidate, and Britishers had their own candidate to support. Now they both started fighting that whose candidate will win and who will sit on the throne. Okay, so here what will be there, that as they were fighting in Austria, so wherever they used to meet in the world, they started fighting. Fine. In India also they started fighting because they are so near to each other. They are neighbors in India. In Madras, English East India Company. In Pondicherry, French East India Company. So they are neighbors. Fine. Now, when the Austrian War of Succession was going on, due to the matters going in the world history, due to the things going at the world level, as the enmity was increasing, here, French were fed up of the English dominance everywhere. So, just to challenge them, Dupleix opened the attack on English in 1746. Okay, and thus it began the First Carnatic War, which was from 1746 to 1748. And how it got ended? It ended when the Austrian War of Succession ended. After the end of Austrian War of Succession, the matter got solved here in India also. But in this war, the ruler was Anwaruddin, who was fighting in behalf of the East India Company, and he was defeated in the First Carnatic War. So the defeat of Anwaruddin is not the defeat of English East India Company. It is a defeat of the entire dominations which Britishers had there in the world. And it was a defeat, not just an Indian ruler got defeated. It is a defeat of all the Indians. It was exposed that the Indian army is having no worth at all, and the small European army can defeat them easily. So this confidence came to the French now that they will be able to rule in a more bigger area, and they could lead the Second Carnatic War also in the future. So their confidence got increased, you can say. Fine. So this ended with the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle, which got concluded in 1748 to end the Austrian Succession War. Thus the First Carnatic War came to an end, but the problem was not resolved. What is the main problem here? Can you tell me? Do you see any main problem which is not getting resolved? The problem is not about Arcot. The problem is not about this region. The problem is not about Anwaruddin. The problem is all about Britain and France fighting everywhere in the world. If they will stop fighting, no wars will happen. Maximum of battles in the world you will see is just because of the Britishers fighting with France. They both had to just clash with each other every time. There was a different kind of competition going on, and there was no resolution coming to it. That's why again the war will happen. So before I give you the entire glance of this particular part, I just want you to write few details of the Carnatic, the founder. Basically, Sadatullah Khan was the founder of Carnatic, but he is not the real founder. Okay. Initially, we had Daud here. Daud was the founder. But later, what happened that Sadatullah Khan was the governor, and he became independent, and he made Carnatic an independent region where he started the rule. After Sadatullah Khan, Dost Ali came, and after Dost Ali, the war happened between Chanda Sahib and Anwaruddin, that who will become the Nawab. Okay, and when Anwaruddin got the opportunity in the first Carnatic war, he became very, very happy. Okay, so initial points are there which you need to write. Please write, and it's better that you make a flow chart. Yes, Utkal, yes, exactly, you are right. And I'll discuss more things with you guys. You can ask me other, topic topic unrelated things that we will discuss in the end. Okay. Now, please come to the content. Kindly write about Carnatic. Okay. So how it got started? I hope you remember that French East India Company, it was established by Jean Corbett in 1664 AD. Right? Jean Corbett was the finance minister. We discussed it. And initially when this company came, it had the 50 years of monopoly on the French trade in India. Fine. So please write the first date 1740 to 48. 1740 to 1748. 1740 to 1748. This is the timeline of First Carnatic War. Now write the cause. Okay, just write the keywords because you will get the paragraphs in book. I am giving you the keywords. Cause for the First Carnatic War. The cause is Austrian War of Succession. Austrian. Austria है, Australia नहीं है. Okay, don't get confused. It is not Australia. Austria एक अलग country है. So Austria is near Germany. Fine. So Austrian War of Succession. So Austrian War of Succession is the cause. In bracket you can write that who will become the king of Austria. If you don't understand the War of Succession, then you can write it in bracket that who will become the king of Austria. Fine. This is the cause. Now, write number 1. First step, how it started. English provoked France. English provoked France by seizing SEIZING, by seizing or capturing some French ships. Some French ships. Full stop. Okay. So how it started? English initially they provoked France by seizing some of their French ships in India. Why they did so? Why English were doing like this? I told you that there was a problem. There was a problem that they had a different level of competition, and these European powers, why they started fortifications? Why they wanted to be protected and secure? They used to fight like animals. They used to burn the ships of each other, destroy the material, kill the people, killing the soldiers. Okay. In between of the entire mid of the ocean, they used to, drain the ships like that. So it was a complete competition in all these European countries. Spain, Portugal, France, Germany, Britain, they all used to fight like this. So as already the war was going on in Austria, so they just, thought to bring it in India also. English were unhappy, so they just seized few of the French ships. So what will French do? Will they retaliate? Yes or no? Yes, they will retaliate. So right, step number 2. This is the step-by-step process which will make you understand the Carnatic War. This you will never find in any book. Okay, this is my personalized flow chart which I'm giving it to you. And if you write the keywords, it will be very easy for you to understand this complex war because the situation is very complex. So that's why I'm asking you to write steps. Now the first step was, I hope you remember that English provoked France by seizing some of their French ships in India. Number 2, second step, French retaliated. Okay, and Dupleix seized Madras. As it is written here, Dupleix seized Madras. Who is Dupleix? Dupleix is the French governor of Pondicherry. He will seize the Madras. Why Madras? Tell me. Because they knew that Madras is the most important possession of English. Okay. Because, just to make them feel very, very bad, instead of getting on their ships or some other materials, they thought to seize Madras itself. So that English will be very much furious. Now what English did? Look at the strategy and the gameplay which they used to do. Have you seen two kids fighting and beating each other? Maybe in the garden, in park, कहीं पे देखा आपने दो बच्चों को लड़ते हुए. So you must have seen one, boy when he slaps the other boy. And if the other boy is smart enough, he will not slap back. He will not beat back. What he will do? He will go to the mother of the other child and will complain that, Auntie, your son is beating me. Do something. He is slapping me. He is fighting with me. I am very innocent. So, English now, what they did, they started acting very innocent. They went to the ruler of Madras. They knew that we are not the ruler. We are East India Company. We are just a company. We don't have any rights to seize any area, to capture any land, or to go for anything. They already had Madras on rent. Do you remember? They got it on rent from the permission which was given by the ruler of Chandranagar. So it was on rent for them. So they said that if even if you seize it, the land is not mine. It's just on my rent. Okay. So the owner, the main owner, asli makan malik, koi aur hai. Some other person is there who is the ruler of this region. Now, who is the ruler of this region? The Nawab of Arcot is the ruler. Who is the Nawab? Look at the place. This Arcot region had both the areas of Madras and Pondicherry, including in it, right? So, as both the areas are under the ruler of Arcot, then Arcot ruler can only, order that who can seize the area or who need to leave the land or who can, get out of any place. So, at that time, the Nawab of Arcot was Anwaruddin. But Anwaruddin, he was a disputed Nawab. Why? Tell me why he is disputed. Because I told you that there was one more competitor, one more contestant. He was Chanda Sahib. So Chanda Sahib also used to claim, but he was not available there at that point of time. And Anwaruddin, that's why, was ruling. He was sitting on the throne. And when he got the news that innocent Britishers, they came, that ruler, you are the real ruler, Padshah, Padshah, aap hi sab kuch ho. You need to help us. They have seized Madras. Please order something and do something. These French are not good. They are capturing lands like this. So you just need to order something against them. Now, Anwaruddin, what he did, he ordered. Okay, now right, step number 3. Ruler Anwaruddin, Nawab of Arcot, ARCOT, ordered French Governor Dupleix to leave the Madras. Okay, but Dupleix rejected. He refused to leave. Dupleix refused to leave. Please write. Okay. So, do you remember the name of the fort which was there in Madras, which was built by the English? Tell me. Who can tell me in the comments? Fort Saint George. Do you remember Fort Saint George? This is the name of Madras fortified settlement which English had. So Dupleix, please write the step number 4. Dupleix occupied Fort Saint George, about which Britishers complained to Nawab of Carnatic, Anwaruddin, to which Anwaruddin asked or ordered French to, get out of the place or leave Madras. But Dupleix refused to leave and the war started. So then the battle was there. There was a small battle known as the Battle of Adyar. Who will be fighting this battle? On one side, French army, Dupleix army. French governors, Dupleix army on one side. On the other side, Anwaruddin's army. Now tell me why the East India Company's army is not there? Why they are not coming with Anwaruddin? Tell me. Because East India Company, English East India Company, they were sitting at back. They had no power or they had no authority to go for a war in a place which is not under their rule. Anwaruddin was the real Nawab of that area. Anwaruddin was the Nawab of Carnatic. He had the Madras and Pondicherry under his control. So he could only start and go for any war, or he could only order anything. And it was his order, it was Anwaruddin's order to leave Madras when he said, and when he asked Dupleix to do so, but it was refused by Dupleix. So Anwaruddin is going for the battle of Adyar was fought. Why? Because he is very much displeased, he is very much arrogant about the point that he ordered something to a company and the governor rejected like this. Okay. So it's like a big level of disrespect for him. And Anwaruddin already was a disputed leader. Can you understand the pain of Anwaruddin? When he is a disputed leader, he became happy. When English came to ask for the help, he became very happy that yes, I am Nawab and you are right, that is, this is my region and I can order anything. I will help you. Yes, I am with you. I am in support of you. Anwaruddin was very happily supporting English. So that's why the war is for the respect of Anwaruddin now. But Anwaruddin is fighting in behalf of whom? Why he went for the war? Why exactly he is ordering and doing all these things? Just because it is in behalf of English East India Company, right? So English East India Company is indirectly fighting the first battle, or the battle of Adyar. Indirectly they are fighting by keeping the gun on the shoulder of Anwaruddin. Okay. So here Anwaruddin was defeated. So the defeat of Anwaruddin in the battle of Adyar, I'll write it here for you. Adyar, battle of Adyar. Right. This is your next step. You're making that flowchart, no? I hope you're writing in the steps, the stepwise manner as I'm telling you. Step by step how it started, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4 pointers में लिखना, ऐसे paragraph में नहीं लिखना है, because paragraph is already there in your book and it is very complex, the language is complex, it's very hard to understand, and then the story will not be clear to you. Okay, so that's why I'm giving you these steps and pointers. Now what is the next point? The next point is the Battle of Adyar or the Battle of Saint Thome. I'll write it here, Battle of Saint Thome, Thome, was fought between Anwaruddin and Dupleix, in which Anwaruddin was defeated. In which Anwaruddin was defeated. Now understand the background of Anwaruddin. Do you want to know the background of Anwaruddin? Like how the dispute was going on in Carnatic? Okay. Okay, now make a box and write it, or inside of your page write it in a rough work. Carnatic is a region which is the part of your present Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Carnatic is a region which is part of your Andhra Pradesh and present Tamil Nadu. And Arcot was the capital of Carnatic. Arcot. Arcot was the capital of Carnatic. Now here, Sadatullah Khan was the governor of this region who became independent later. I'll write the name here. Sadatullah Khan. Okay, Sadatullah Khan was the governor of this region, and then he made this area independent. Full stop. Sadatullah Khan was followed by Dost Ali. After Sadatullah Khan, who ruled this region? Dost Ali. Okay, Dost Ali. Sadatullah Khan was followed by Dost Ali. Okay, and then after Dost Ali, the dispute got started in this region. Tell me why. Do you remember I told you who is important in India, son or son-in-law? Who is more important? After Dost Ali, this region was in dispute between two people. Okay, one is son and another is son-in-law. एक बेटा और एक दामाद. So Anwaruddin was the son, okay, and he is coming from the family, from the Nawab of Carnatic family, and Anwaruddin got the recognition by the Mughals to rule this place, and that's why he was ruling. Okay, so please write Anwaruddin got the recognition on this disputed throne by the Mughals. That's why he became the Nawab of Carnatic. Okay, next point. Second person is Chanda Sahib, who is son-in-law of Dostali. Chanda Sahib, son-in-law of Dostali, who also claimed on the throne, who also claimed on this throne. Okay. Now, Anwaruddin was ruling just because he got the recognition from the Mughals, because Mughals were the big power. Now, in this area, tell me which two important ports are there? Two important ports in the area of Carnatic are number 1, Pondicherry, which is under French, number 2, Madras, which is under English. This is clear? Is there any doubt in this one? Son-in-law is more important. I see Sneha and some other students, they are saying son. कौन बोलता है भाई? Don't you know in India who is more important? Son-in-law is more important. Have you seen that if you go to in any Indian family, if son-in-law comes in the house, the son of that house will be roaming here and there from that market to this market, from this restaurant to that restaurant. You know, have you not seen that? एक serial आता था जीजा जी. So जीजा जी is very important. Fine. Now two major ports were there. Now both the ports are in Arcot. Arcot is the capital of Carnatic. Okay. Madras was the British settlement and Pondicherry is the French settlement. Fine. Now please write the first Carnatic war or Battle of Saint Thome, also known as Battle of Adyar, which will be there between Anwaruddin and French. As you know, we have already discussed that the war is the extension of Austrian War of Succession, and here Dupleix, who seized Madras, was not going away. He refused to go away, and that's why he had to fight the battle in which Anwaruddin was defeated. So Anwaruddin was defeated, but Anwaruddin was not killed. Understand this point, note it down. If you want, you can note it down. Anwaruddin was defeated, but was not killed. He will be killed later in the second Carnatic War. This point you should remember. So, in the first Carnatic War, Anwaruddin was defeated, fine, which is known as the Battle of Adyar. Now, after this defeat, English, they became very unhappy, fine. But somehow, Austrian War of Succession ended, and that's why the resolution came. The friendship treaty was signed between French and British, and there was a treaty known as Aix-la-Chapelle or Aix-la-Chapelle. In this treaty, the conclusion happened, the fight ended, and then Britishers and French, they decided to end the struggle, they decided to end the war, and the peace happened. In this way, the first Carnatic War also ended. So, is it clear to you? We need to cover 3 Carnatic wars, and if the first one is not clear, then you will not understand the second. And if second Carnatic war will not be clear, you will not understand the third. They all are linked. Okay, they all are linked and they have a story which will be continued in the next episode. So you need to understand the first Carnatic war to understand second Carnatic war also. Clear? Is there any doubt? Can I start second Carnatic war now? Can I start second Carnatic war? Yes or no? Please tell me. Okay, fine. Now understand the idea of Second Carnatic War. Can you see this map and look at the area of Hyderabad? This is Hyderabad area. The way there was a war of succession going on in the area of Carnatic between Anwaruddin and Chanda Sahib, similarly in Hyderabad also similar wars were going on. Here also there was a war between the son-in-law and not son-in-law but the grandson and other family member, that who will get the throne. Okay, so please write it in a box that in Hyderabad also Muzaffar Jung and Nasir Jung. Muzaffar Jung, Muzaffar, Muzaffar Jung and Nasir Jung, Nasirjang, Nasir Jung were fighting to get the throne. So here two competitors are there, Muzaffar Jung and Nasir Jung. Okay, so in Hyderabad, Nasir Jung was the son of Nizamul Mulk. Do you remember Nizamul Mulk who started the Asaf house of Hyderabad? So he is coming as a lineage from that. He is the hereditary owner. Nasir Jung was one who wanted to be the ruler in this place of Hyderabad, and he had to fight with Muzaffar Jung in Hyderabad. So now in Hyderabad also, English East India Company, they knew that Muzaffar Jung wants to become the ruler. Okay. Now, you know that these Europeans, they always had a strategy. They always used to sign a treaty or they always used to make a deal with a person who wants to be a ruler but who is not a real ruler. Right? It is a very old strategy because they already know that the ruler is there. राजा तो पहले से ही है, वो तो हमको भाव देगा नहीं. तो किसी दूसरे बंदे को जिसको राजा बनना है उससे हम दोस्ती करते हैं. Because Raja, the king is already there. He will not value my words. So better to search a person who wants to become a king and sign a treaty with that ambitious king who is aspirant right now. And if I help that aspirant, maybe that aspirant will help me grow once he become the ruler. Fine? Like you are right now an aspirant. Will you support all those people who are helping you today once you become the officer? Yes or no? Right now you are not on the throne, you are not on the seat right now, but still if you're getting support and help or whatever kind of emotional support, whatever it is there with you, you will remember those people, right? They will be a part of your success journey, they will be a part of your success story, and you'll ensure that they are there with you in your entire life, right? So once you get the position or once you get the success or in any way, even it's not just about the exam, in any way in your life, once you achieve something, you will have to pay them back, right? You will have to give them back. So it happens. Here also, Europeans always used to take a chance on that aspirant. Now, Muzaffar Jung in Hyderabad was the person who came in the eye of Dupleix. You remember Dupleix, the governor of France? So the French governor Dupleix, he thought that if I will help Muzaffar Jung to get the throne of Hyderabad, he will help me to kill Anwaruddin in Carnatic. Okay, so it is a triple alliance. Please write a triple alliance between French governor Dupleix, comma, Chanda Sahib of Arcot, Chanda Sahib of Arcot, Chanda Sahib who wanted to be on the throne, okay, who was against Anwaruddin. Fine. So Chanda Sahib of Arcot and Muzaffar Jung of Hyderabad. Muzaffar Jung of Hyderabad came together, came together against, against, against whom? Again, there is a triple alliance on the other side, in which English East India Company is there, comma, Anwaruddin, the real Nawab of Carnatic, comma, Nasir Jung of Hyderabad. Full stop. समझ गए? 3 बंदों का ग्रुप बना हुआ है. ड्यूप्ले, मुजफ्फर जंग, चंदा साहेब एक साइड से लड़ेंगे, दूसरी साइड से इंग्लिश, अनवरुद्दीन एंड नसीर जंग. ठीक है, नसीर जंग और मुजफ्फर जंग कौन है? They are from Hyderabad. Muzaffar Jang and Nazir Jang are from Hyderabad. Muzaffar Jang was who wanted to be on the throne, got the help from the Dupleix that if you will kill Anwaruddin, then we will, get the area of Arcot. There Chanda Sahib will rule after the battle, and in the Hyderabad you will help because Chanda Sahib will also help you. So this is a triple alliance. Okay, if Muzaffar Jang will help Chanda Sahib to kill Anwaruddin, Chanda Sahib will also help Muzaffar Jang to kill Nasir Jang in Hyderabad. No. Okay, so this is a plan which was going on. Okay, double murder का plan कर रहा है. Thriller है ना, बिल्कुल मस्त thriller series सी बन गई है. I'll repeat it again for you. Understand. What we are discussing is the second Carnatic War. First वाली तो हो गई खत्म. First war finished, in which Anwaruddin was defeated and the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle was signed. But again after few months, second Carnatic War got started. Why? Because in the second Carnatic War, the Triple Alliance was made. Who made the Triple Alliance? Dupleix. Dupleix is the French governor. I hope you remember. So Dupleix thought that if I will get the help of Nizam, Nizam is in the neighbor. So in the neighboring region, if Nizam will help me to get a position in Arcot, then it will be more beneficial and I will be more powerful. Dupleix wanted to defeat English in any way. Fine. So Dupleix planned like this. He was a strategic person. Then when he went to Hyderabad, then in Hyderabad he came to know that in Hyderabad similar situation is going on. Why? Because in Arcot there was a fight between Anwaruddin and Chanda Sahib. Here also in the Nizam's dominion in Hyderabad there was a fight between Nasir Jang and Muzaffar Jang. Clear? So here Dupleix chose Muzaffar Jang. Dupleix thought that if I will get the help of Muzaffar Jang of Hyderabad to kill Anwaruddin in Arcot, then I will be having a great victory. Got this point? Now write it again. If you will write, then only you will understand. Students, those who only read about Carnatic War or who just watch the video, you will need to watch hundreds of times these videos. You will watch it 100 times, you will forget it again. I bet you, because this is a very complex topic. So please write it, otherwise you will forget it again. Okay, write. Please write. In Hyderabad, Muzaffar Jang, Muzaffar, Muzaffar Jang and Nasir Jang, Nasirjang, Nasir Jang, Muzaffar Jang and Nasir Jang were fighting to get the throne. Muzaffar Jang and Nasir Jang were fighting to get the throne. Muzaffar Jang helped Dupleix, French governor. Okay, Muzaffar Jang helped Dupleix, and Nasir Jang will help whom? Nasir Jang helped English East India Company. ठीक है, तो मुजफ्फर जंग फ्रांस की साइड चला गया हैदराबाद में, नसीर जंग इंग्लिश की साइड चला गया हैदराबाद में. ओके, why Hyderabad is coming in the story of Carnatic? Because Hyderabad are neighbors, पड़ोसी है इसीलिए. Why? Because Dupleix involved the neighbors also in the second Carnatic War to get more support, to get more power. Okay, so write the next point. Dupleix made a triple alliance. Dupleix made a triple alliance in which Dupleix, Muzaffar and Chanda Sahib came together against English East India Company plus Anwaruddin plus Nasir Jang of Hyderabad. Clear? अभी कोई डाउट है? Now, next step. Understand the next step. Chanda Sahib, Muzaffar Jung, and Dupleix, this triple alliance in the Second Carnatic War, planned a murder of Anwaruddin. Okay, so there was a battle. Battle of Ambur. Please write. Battle of Ambur. Ambur. Battle of Ambur. Ambur. In which three of them killed Anwaruddin. Three of them killed Anwaruddin, and Chanda Sahib became the new Nawab of Carnatic. Chanda Sahib became the new Nawab of Carnatic. So the first battle you remember, which was there in the first Carnatic War, it was the Battle of Adyar. Now the second Carnatic War is having the different battle in India, which is Battle of Ambur. In the Battle of Ambur, finally Anwaruddin is killed. ठीक है, पहली battle में Anwaruddin बच गया था. Now in this battle Anwaruddin is finished. So who will become the Nawab? Write it down. Next step. Chanda Sahib became the Nawab of Carnatic, and he was so happy that he gifted 80 villages to Chanda Sahib as a reward. 80 गांव, 80 villages to Chanda Sahib, from Chanda Sahib to Dupleix. Please cut it. I'll repeat the point again. Chanda Sahib was so happy to become the Nawab of Carnatic that he gifted 80 villages to Dupleix, 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 as a reward. As a reward. एक रिवॉर्ड के रूप में 80 गांव, 80 विलेजेस दे दिए ड्यूप्ले को. ठीक है, इधर from this particular area around 80 villages he gave. He said, I am so happy. I wanted to be the ruler since so long, and you helped me, and that's why I'm very happy. So I am giving you 80 villages. Look at the emotions of Indian people. Indians are very emotional. सब कुछ लुटा देंगे, सब ले जाओ, सब. He was so happy. सब लूट लो. Chanda Sahib became very emotional and gave 80 villages to Dupleix. Now Dupleix was also happy. He got the, areas of 80 villages. It was a great achievement. But tell me who will be crying? Who is unhappy? Tell me who is unhappy? English East India Company, of course. English East India Company, they are crying on the death of Anwaruddin, because this is not the death of Anwaruddin, it is a death of the dream of English East India Company. Britishers वाले तो बिल्कुल पागल ही हो गए कि what happened? How is it so possible that they made a triple alliance? All of them came together. Hyderabad Nawab also, Chanda Sahib also appeared in the picture, Dupleix, and they all came together to kill Anwaruddin. It's such a great level of shocking attack. Mentally, they were shocked. So, English East India Company, they were crying. Now, all those people, very upset. Okay, here, hero comes. Okay, have you seen the movies in which some sadness and upset environment is there, and suddenly the hero appears in the scene? On the screen, the hero entry happens. यहाँ पे भी hero की entry होगी. Tell me who is the hero? A very big superstar will enter on the screen now when everyone is upset. People are crying. English East India Company, they are beating their chest and crying like anything that we lost Anwaruddin. We have nothing to do. We will leave everything here. कुछ नहीं हो सकता, जीवन से बिल्कुल संन्यास ले लेंगे अब तो. They were very, very unhappy. Tell me who is the hero? who will appear now. Robert Clive. Yes. Robert Clive appeared. He came to India now. Now, Robert Clive, when he came here, he saw that everyone is crying. So he asked that what happened to you? Why are you guys so upset? People said that, see, we had such a great influence because Anwaruddin used to fight for us, and somehow he managed to get get alive in the first battle, the first Carnatic war, where the battle of Adyar happened. But in the second battle, the battle of Ambur, he was killed. So now we have nobody to help us who will fight in behalf of English East India Company. And on the other hand, Dupleix got 80 villages. Chanda Sahib became the Nawab of Carnatic. He is against English East India Company. Chanda Sahib will only and only favor French, isn't it? चंदा साहिब अगर गद्दी पे बैठा है, who will he favor? किसकी हेल्प करेगा? फ्रांस की. Chanda Sahib will only help France. Chanda Sahib will never help English. So English East India Company, all the people, all the merchants, traders were unhappy. Now Robert Clive said that you guys are so fool. You have no mind. Why are you being so emotional like Indians? By just staying with Indians for few years, you have started behaving like them. Be strategic. Be practical. Do you know who becomes the king after the death of king? बताओ राजा के मरने के बाद अगला राजा कौन बनता है? Who gets the throne? Who becomes the successor after the death of the king? Generally, throughout the world, everywhere, what happens? Tell me. The son, बेटा, राजा का जो बेटा होगा, son, will become the king. So Robert Clive said that don't you know that there is a son of Anwaruddin and he can replace Chanda Sahib anytime. Why don't you guys go and help him? Get him out of his home and ask him to sit on the throne. He will help you and guide you. And in future, he will lead all the wars for you. He will even die for you. So who is the son of Anwaruddin? Do you know? Muhammad Ali. Okay, please write. Robert Clive, write in the next point. Robert Clive changed the situation for the Britishers in the second battle of Carnatic. लिखते रहो वरना सब भूल जाओगे, पूरा बेकार है. This story is very complex and then you will have to watch the video again and again. घंटों की वीडियो बार बार देखनी पड़ेगी. Again and again complex paragraphs book में पढ़ने पड़ेंगे. It's not just about me. Like it's not just कि आप वीडियो ये वाली देखो, कोई भी वीडियो. It's not about it. But the story is very lengthy and 3 wars, 3 war है. So 3 wars are there and every war is like a movie. So you need to watch the entire episode again. Fine. So if you will not write it in your own words, you will have to watch the video again. You will have to watch it from the starting. And it will waste a lot of hours. You already have a, very less amount of time. Such a heavy and lengthy syllabus is there. So please write the complex topics. If I dictate it to you, never take it otherwise. I see that many of the students, they get angry. Okay, they even comment that YouTube पे dictation कौन देता है. But guys, this is important. Okay, and without dictation, no class happens for UPSC. Go to any coaching center, genuinely, जहाँ पे study होती है. Okay, it's not about making a video. I could have written it on the PDF and could have sent it to you Telegram, right? But then it will never be useful because you already have books and content with you. It's not about PDFs and slides. It's about understanding the matter, writing the content, making the keywords count. These keywords will be remained in your mind and it will be in print so that when you will be writing the answer in the mains hall, then you will realize that the dictation which I took that day is really helping me. And that day you will realize that I was right and I was, fine to give you dictation here. Okay. So just give some time here. जितना खून पसीना यहाँ बहा लोगे उतना वहाँ बॉर्डर पे नहीं बहाना पड़ेगा. इन सेना में ऐसा बोलते हैं, नामी दे से that the blood, the sweat which you will do here, okay, which you will shed here on the training area, on the training ground, it will be saved on the border and you will come alive. Now, write the point here. Robert Clive will change the situation for Britishers and will turn the entire Arcot episode, because he said that when Anwaruddin died, English should declare his son, English should declare his son Muhammad Ali, Mohammad, Muhammad Ali. This is the spelling. Muhammad Ali as the new king. As the new king. Okay. So, English East India Company and everyone, other people, they were very happy that यार ये idea तो अपने को आया ही नहीं. You, Robert Clive, are so nice and you are so intelligent. Have you taken the Mintos? दिमाग की बत्ती जली हुई है तुम्हारी. You are so smart. And we never thought of keeping Muhammad Ali on the throne. Yes, he is there. Then they started searching Muhammad Ali. Bhai Muhammad Ali ko dhoondho. Okay, where he was hiding. Then they were searching here and there, everywhere. Muhammad Ali nahi mila. Muhammad Ali was nowhere. Now, then they got to know that Muhammad Ali, to save his life, he was hiding in the fort of Tiruchi. Do you know Tiruchi is a place? In the fort of Tiruchi, he was hiding. Why he was hiding? Tell me. Muhammad Ali was hiding in the fort of Tiruchi to save his life from Chanda Sahib. Do you know how the scene was? I'll tell you and you will laugh. You will laugh, literally you will laugh. I'll tell you. Let's say this is the fort area. Okay. And here Muhammad Ali was hiding. Okay. And English East India Company, they were waiting for Muhammad Ali to come out. Right? They wanted Muhammad Ali to come out so that he could come and sit on the throne. But Muhammad Ali is hiding. Why he is hiding? Because just on the gate, if this is the gate of the fort, Chanda Sahib was sitting and was waiting with his sword ready to kill Muhammad Ali. He was sitting on the gate, he was sitting on the doors of that fort. एक बार बंदा बाहर निकलेगा, कभी ना कभी तो आएगा. And whenever he will come out, he will kill. Chanda Sahib was sitting like this. उसने अपनी कुर्सी लगा ली थी. And on this scene, you will laugh like anything now. It is the best comedy scene of your modern Indian history. When Chanda Sahib, he is Chanda Sahib, when he was sitting and waiting for Muhammad Ali decided not to come out. Now what will Britishers do? Robert Clive said that there is only one way to remove this person from the gates of this Tiruchi fort. This is the fort of Tiruchi. Okay. So, to remove him, the strategy which Robert Clive made is so nice and it is so well planned. What they did, Robert Clive said that let's attack the throne of Arcot. If we will attack Arcot, to save his throne, this person, Chanda Sahib, he will run. He will run. Okay. He will go to save the throne of Arcot because he knows that it's more important to save the Arcot to sit on the throne. Because if the king is not sitting on the throne, if his officers and ministers, if they all are focused on some other area, then easily the throne will be captured. Fine. So Chanda Sahib, he knew that the capital is in danger now. So just to save his capital, He was running. Hearing that his Arcot is in danger, he came to save the Arcot. Now, when Chanda Sahib was going to Arcot, in between, on his way, he was killed by Raja of Tanjore. Now, you will be amazed to see. Have you seen the suspense of the movie? कुछ मूवीज ऐसी होती है लास्ट में एक अलग ही नया कैरेक्टर निकल के आता है. Raja of Tanjore, he had some other personal issues with Chanda Sahib. Okay, and Robert Clive invited him that do you want to kill your enemy? I'm giving you a chance. He will be coming to his capital. On his way, you just need to kill that person. And then you will be getting the help from English East India Company forever and ever. Raja of Tanjore already had issues with Chanda Sahib, and he was a good friend of English East India Company. So to help English East India Company, Raja of Tanjore came into the alliance and killed Chanda Sahib when he was running to save his capital Arcot, and in this way Robert Clive managed to make Muhammad Ali the new Nawab of Carnatic, and the second Carnatic war ended like this. Then after the third war of Carnatic, you will see all the rulers, okay, not just Anwaruddin, but Chanda Sahib, Nasir Jung, Muzaffar Jung, everyone will be dead. Okay. And then Britishers, what they will do, they will bribe the French government to transfer Dupleix out of India. Then Dupleix was removed, Dupleix was transferred, and it was a big blunder on the French side. Now tell me how it was possible for Robert Clive to make the transfer of Dupleix so easily. देखा है अच्छे आईएएस ऑफिसर का तबादला हो जाता है, ट्रांसफर हो जाता है. यस, आज ना छोड़ेंगे तुम्हें टाइप्स. Exactly, it happened. Okay, first you write this point and then I'll come to the story because third Carnatic War is remaining and the story of third Carnatic War is more interesting. You will laugh a lot. Okay, so but just write this point. Robert Clive attacked the capital Arcot. Attacked the capital Arcot to remove Chanda Sahib from the gates of Tiruchi Fort, and save Muhammad Ali. Full stop. Chanda Sahib went to save his capital, but on his way to Arcot, he was killed by Raja of Tanjore. Next point. In the end of the wars, all the rulers were dead. And English bribed French government, BRIBED, bribed, रिश्वत देके ट्रांसफर करवा दिया ड्यूप्ले का. English bribed French government and asked them to transfer Dupleix out of India. So French removed Dupleix, which was a big blunder. On the French side. Full stop. Now understand how it was possible for English to bribe French government and remove such a high level of officer. Dupleix कोई छोटा मोटा चपरासी नहीं है. Dupleix is not a simple person. He is not a clerk or a small, office boy who was just removed like this. He was a very powerful person. He already had 80 villages in India. He was very influential. But how it was possible to get him transferred to any other area? He was transferred. He was sent out of India by the French government. Do you know why? I told you a point. That French, first of all, the French East India Company is a government company and English East India Company is a private company. So government company में corruption तो होगा, right? It's not possible कि सरकारी मामला हो और भ्रष्टाचार ना हो. Corruption will always be there, right? So the French government at that time was very, very corrupt, as India is corrupt today, right? If you have money today in India, then no worries. You will be saved. The judiciary and everything will be according to you. You just need to have money and you would be able to hire the best lawyer, best person for you, right? In most of the cases, like for general public, I'm saying. Exceptions are there. I can say that yes, the justice happens, but if you look at the life of a common man, when it is said that the justice delayed is justice denied, and it happens in India. So at that time, French government was too corrupt, okay, and they were the government company. So in the government company, decision comes from the upper side, and just you need to follow accordingly. Dupleix was a governor. He was just serving the government. When he was asked to, go out of India, he had to take the transfer, and he left India. Now, after he went out, the French, trading centers was completely destroyed by English. अगर ड्यूप्ले होता तो बचा लेता उनको. Dupleix could have saved French because he got the victory in First Carnatic War. In Second Carnatic War also he got the victory, right? But in Third Carnatic War, French will be defeated by English. They will be completely defeated. Now, new governor will come, okay, and new war will happen. This is known as the Battle of Wandiwash. Please write. Okay, before coming to it, let me just give you the bookish details here, because in your book also, when you will read the Second Carnatic War, they have not written it in the keywords. They will not give you the story the way I gave you. So in this bookish language, you will see that English and French, they continue to take the opposite sides in the internal politics of India, which resulted in the Second Carnatic War. Dupleix supported Muzaffar Jung, who wanted to become the Nizam of Hyderabad, and Chanda Sahib, he was the aspirant for the throne of Arcot. They made a triple alliance, and the troops of these three defeated Anwaruddin and killed him. And it was with the British in the First Carnatic War. So, yes, he was killed now in the Battle of Ambur, 1749. After this, Muzaffar Jung became the Nizam and Chanda Sahib became the Nawab of Carnatic. So, this is a great victory for Dupleix. Now, the war came to end by the Treaty of Pondicherry in 1754. Write this last line also, because they may ask you that which treaty was signed. So, the peace came back again with the Treaty of Pondicherry in 1754. The Second Carnatic War was ended. Is it clear to you guys? Can I start Third Carnatic War now? The Nawab of, sorry, not Nawab, the Raja of Tanjore, the King of Tanjore, King of Tanjore killed Chanda Sahib. Okay, Ajay? Is it clear? So, if you guys are ready, can I start the Third Carnatic War? Okay? I hope the energy is high. You guys are there. Fine. Let's complete it quickly. In few minutes, I will complete it because it is very short and very simple. Now, the Third Carnatic War happened. Why the Third Carnatic War happened? Listen. Do you remember Austrian War of Succession? It was happening in Austria. But there was an extension of Austrian War of Succession in India also. Similarly, again in Europe, the war got started. There was a outbreak of 7 years war, which was there from 1756 to 1763. It was in Europe, in which again Britishers and French were fighting. Britain and France are on opposite side. They are fighting again. So they started fighting in India also. Here, because of this fight, Third Carnatic War happened. Now here the French troops are having the new commander because Dupleix was removed, right? So new commander is Count de Lely. Write the name Count de Lely. He is the new commander of French troops. And on the other side, we had the British general Sir Eyrecourt, Eyrecote. Okay, so Eyrecourt or Eyrecourt is from the English side, and Count de Lely is from the French side. Now, in the third battle, third war, or the third Carnatic war, there was a battle which was in the area of Wandiwash. You can write Battle of Wandiwash between Eyrecourt and Count de Lely, in which Count de Lely was defeated. Okay, in the Battle of Wandiwash in 1760, and next year Pondicherry was captured and destroyed by British troops. The 7-year war in Europe came to an end by the Treaty of Paris in 1763, and this also ended the Third Carnatic War. Now look at them. They used to war outside India in Europe. They used to sign the treaty in Paris, but the treaty signed in Paris is changing the history in India. That's why I say that you should always read world history when you do the modern Indian history. It will help you a lot. Fine? Is it clear? Now, in the 7-year wars, when the ending happened, the third Carnatic War also ended. The French agreed to confine its activities only to Pondicherry, Karaikal, Mahe, and Yenam. French ultimately they said that okay, fine, we will not fight anymore. We can't afford to fight. And after this, you will see that French already had some political issues in their own country, because if you look at the date, this is 1763, and there was a turmoil going on in the France area. So many of problems were there. So ultimately they will decide to just shut up and be sit in their own position, and then they will just stay away from the Britishers, and the kind of war which used to be there between Britain and France, it will reduce. Ultimately there will be French Revolution in 1789 in France. Then it will become a republic, and then there will be the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. With the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte, he will always say that I am the modernizer of Europe. So in this way he will start a new journey in France. He will try to compile other regions also in his own area. He will start his own extension, and then Napoleon will be defeated in the Waterloo. So that's a different journey. It will come in the world history. Let me know a point here. I hope you have seen that we have started a English channel. I just, posted a video just to, start the channel with something. Now, I have a question with you. In the Hindi channel, we can do one thing. Either we can start world history there, in which you can get the topics of world history. Fine, we can start a one any standard book of world history, or we can do medieval Indian history, Satish Chandra. So for world history, I am considering B.V. Rao and Arjun Dev, because they are good for world history. And for medieval history, I have Satish Chandra in my mind. So which book would you like me to start? Because that's a new series which will be launched on that channel. You'll get the link of the new channel on Telegram. And if you want, you can join us by just, uh, writing your details in the form which is in the description box. Tell me, guys, which one would you like me to start? World history or medieval Indian history? Because both of these things we can do. See, world history it will be beneficial for you if you are doing modern history right now here. Then it will be like a balance, fine, and you'll be doing something new. But medieval history, if you will choose, then you already have a base of medieval history, which is, I have done with you by NCERT. So one standard book will be covered. So it will be like a complete coverage of medieval India, because already you have completed NCERT with me. So by completing the standard book also, you will gain more knowledge. So now it is up to you. You can decide. If you have not written, you can write that Third Carnatic War was also known for the Battle of Wandiwash, in which Irkut killed, not killed, but Irkut defeated Count de Lely, and then it ended the French domination in India. Then write this line also, that the French agreed to confine its activities in Pondicherry, Karaikal, Mahe, and Yanam. World history, Satish Chandra. Okay, I can see 50-50% में students divide हो चुके. Parsoon, Tapash, and Munna Bhai. They are saying world history. Okay, and then I have similar votes for Satish Chandra also. Okay, I see that you guys are quite confused. See, I will be doing both. Don't worry. But I just wanted to start with something like एक चीज से शुरू करने का था मेरा. I thought just to start with something, at least one point. But as I can see, you guys are having a lot of confusions. No problem. I'll see and I will decide it on my own then what I should do. Okay. So we have discussed about all these points. Now would like to dictate few points for you. The basics of Carnatic, the background of Carnatic, the history related to it that I need to discuss, and need to give you a few points of dictations. Are you guys ready? Can we start that? After this, see, after Carnatic War, we need to just understand the point that why the causes for the French failures are there, or what are the causes. So first of all, they're the government company, and they always had to take the permission. There was a big blunder when they transferred Dupleix. Commercial and naval superiority of English was always there, right? English always used to do better. There was lack of support from the French government. French had support only in the Deccan, but the English had a strong base in Bengal. English had three important ports: Calcutta, Bombay, Madras. But Pondicherry had only French had only Pondicherry. If you will take away Pondicherry area from the French, then they had nothing else. They could not sustain. And there were difference of opinion between the French generals. They used to, you know, they always used to be very confused. They could not decide for anything. England's victory in the European wars decided the destiny of French in India. Every time Britishers had an upper hand, Britishers always used to get the, their victories in the wars which happened in the world and in Europe. So that's why they could influence France in India also. And ultimately, due to all these things, English defeated, you know, French. Fine. Now the next topic which we need to do is the establishment of British power in Bengal. Like how they started in Bengal, what happened to them, how they came to the Nawab, and how they, killed Nawab. Just this one point I will discuss. This will be continued tomorrow. After completing this slide, after explaining you this, I will give you few important sentences which are important for mains. Like if they ask you about the advent of Europeans or the clash of English and French, then you need to write that answer. So for the background history, I'll be giving you the dictation of Carnatic region and few points related to it. But before coming to it, let me just discuss the next step which English did. After getting the victory in the Carnatic area, French, they were completely destroyed. Now, English, after their victory, they were now very confident. Fine. Look at the date. You will be understanding the point if you look at the date. Can you see here the date? 1756 to 1763. This time period of Third Carnatic War is important because here English are defeating French. So English are dominating. And you know, in between of this time only, 1757 will be the Battle of Plassey. And after getting victory in 1763, there will be the Battle of Buxar. which will give more confidence to English East India Company, isn't it? Please link the dates. Interlinking is important in history. If you can interlink that just after Third Carnatic War, English East India Company secured the Diwani rights of Bengal. Why? Because in 7 years war, they got the victory. There they signed a treaty, peace treaty in Paris. Right? Now they were already happy and in good control. Their situation was going good in the world. It was a good time for them. And now in India, after defeating French in the Third Carnatic War, they were quite sure that in Bengal also they can do the same thing. They already had the idea that in India, the Indian rulers are having no army of, you know, uh, of a real strength. The real strength is not there. They knew that in India, soldiers are very, very weak. So that's why they were confident to fight the Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar. In 1763, the Third Carnatic War ended. I hope you will remember the date because the date of 1764 is quite popular due to the Battle of Buxar. And next year, 1764, is the Battle of Buxar. So it's very easy. 1756, the third Carnatic War started. Next year, 1757, is the date of Battle of Plassey. So remember it like this: 1757, 1764. Right? Easy to remember. So Third Carnatic War ended the French ambitions in India, and ultimately English became very confident. So the conflict started with the Nawab of Bengal, Siraj-ud-Daulah, and the English led to the Battle of Plassey, which held in 23rd June 1757. Somehow here they managed to do a kind of alliance with Mir Jafar. Again, I told you, Robert Clive. He is like a hero for English. Whenever he used to appear, whenever he used to plan something, it was a great strategy. Okay, he always had a good practical mind. And with the Battle of Plassey, it marked the foundation of British in India. Robert Clive, he was the commander of British troops and he emerged victorious because he got the help from Mir Jafar. Mir Jafar, he did the treachery. Mir Jafar, okay. He was the commander of Nawab's army, Sirajud-Daulah, but he wanted to be the Nawab himself. So by defeating the Nawab's army and by killing Sirajud-Daulah, Mir Jafar became the new Nawab, but he was not happy because he was a puppet Nawab. So Mir Jafar will take help from whom? Tell me. Do you remember? He will take help from another East India Company. Some other country came to help Mir Jafar in the Battle of Hugli, which is also known as the Battle of Bedara or Chinsura. I told you yesterday. Tell me the right answer. I'll put a poll. Yes, I will do a poll with you about starting the new course on the new channel of Hindi or English. We'll discuss that later. Okay. Yes. Dutch East India Company. Exactly. Dutch will come to help Mir Jafar, but they will be defeated. Okay. So Mir Jafar now, when he revolted and when he tried to go against English East India Company, he was removed because English said that we gave you the help and we wanted you to be the Nawab to sit on the seat in behalf of English East India Company. But why are you behaving like a true ruler? You're asking for the accounts, you're asking for the money, you're asking for the taxes. Why? Why can't you just sit and enjoy the throne? So Mir Jafar revolted. And when he revolted, he was replaced by his son in law. His son in law is Mir Qasim. So Mir Qasim became the new Nawab. So Mir Qasim is the son in law of Mir Jafar. He became the new Nawab when Mir Jafar was replaced. So Mir Qasim, when he became the Nawab, he started doing all those things for English, whatever they used to say. But then he faced a lot of economic difficulty. There was a financial crisis going on. Then he also decided to keep a distance with the Britishers. He shifted the capital of Bengal from Murshidabad to Munger. Munger is in Bihar. And he started a arms and ammunitions factory also in the area. He changed the bureaucracy, he changed the army, he started a new model, a new system, which was a better organized system, because he knew that somehow he will have to fight with English one day. So he was preparing for it, and he could not trust on the English. So when he shifted the capital and he was creating a kind of distance, English East India Company realized that there is something wrong. They started the inspections, they started searching and spying on Mir Qasim. So Mir Qasim said that I can't be a puppet Nawab like this, and he started the battle. He took the help from Shah Alam too, and he also wanted the help from the Nawab of Awadh, Shujauddaulah. So why the Nawab of Awadh helped? Because he was friend with Mir Qasim, and he knew that today Bengal is in danger, so tomorrow Awadh can also come in danger. So the Nawab of Awadh helped Mir Qasim, and then they were also joined by Shah Alam. Shah Alam too thought that if I will help Mir Qasim, I can regain the opportunity to control the area of Bengal, which will be helpful for me, because Bengal became independent. So it was a new opportunity to bring back Bengal under the Mughal domination. So that's why he just thought to, do things like that. Ultimately, what will be there? The situation will be very bad, because this triple alliance of Mir Qasim, the Nawab of Bengal, Shujauddaulah, the Nawab of Awadh, and Shah Alam too, the Mughal emperor, they all will be defeated by the English East India Company in the well contested Battle of Buxar 1764. They once again defeated the combined forces of the Nawab of Awadh, Mughal Emperor, and Nawab of Bengal. But now the problem is that it is not just about Bengal now. Just because the Mughal Emperor also joined, it is a defeat of Mughal Emperor, it is a defeat of entire India. They were the biggest power of India at that time. So that's why the Shah Alam too, he had to sign the Allahabad Treaty, according to which in 1765 English East India Company got the Diwani rights of Bengal, Bihar, and Odisha, which is the right to collect the revenue and the rights over civil justice, Nizamat functions and Diwani functions. So Robert Clive was appointed as the governor of Bengal now, and in this way they established their authority. So same year the Treaty of Allahabad, which was signed by the Mughal Emperor, granted Diwani rights to EIC, and the story of EIC will be started, and it will be continued till the time of revolt of 1857, after which the crown rule will start, because revolt of 1857 will start a new turning point in the Indian history. Fine. So before going to that, we have so many things to do. Before the revolt of 1857, we have many tribal revolts to cover. Peasant revolts are there. Later Mughals and their disintegrated states, the state of Bengal, Awadh, everything we need to discuss. Fine. So it was the entire story of Carnatic War and the success of English and what they did after Carnatic War. We have concluded the points very well today. Let's now write few important sentences related to the Carnatic Wars and some independent areas. Some background history is needed for you, which I want you to write. So just come to it. And again, just ensure this, that if you have not written this number, please write it: 8595352083. This is the number for you to get the demo videos. You can call on this number. This is the number where you will get the complete course for prelims and mains. You'll get the live classes, which is a good thing, that you will have a real time access. Fine. So go for it. Quality content and personalized mentorship is there. This batch is starting on 12th December, guys. So please be quick and get this early bird offer. Now, let's come to the dictation. Fine. Please start writing from a new page. Keep your notebook and pen ready. Let me have some water also before I start the dictation. Let me have some sips. Hello, Dimple. And hello, all the other students who are very, very late in the class. Try to come early, guys. Do you come after completing all your daily works? Like, पूरा दिन खत्म हो जाता है तो end में you come. We come live at 9 o'clock. So you need to be there by 9. Fine? Great. Now please write. Start writing. Please write. English and the French were engaged in the English and the French were engaged in many conflicts, leading to Anglo French rivalry in India. Underline Anglo French rivalry. English and the French were engaged in many conflicts, leading to Anglo French rivalry in India. Next point. In order to control the southern region, in order to control the southern region of India, the French and the English fought three major wars, fought three major wars known as the Carnatic Wars between 1746 to 1763, known as the Carnatic Wars between 1746 to 1763. Ultimately, ultimately, comma, the English defeated the French. The English defeated the French, leading to leading to Later's Latter Later's gradual decline in India. Nevertheless, comma, nevertheless, the French posed great resistance. The French posed great resistance towards the growing English power before the English East India Company, before the English East India Company emerged a supreme power in India. Emerged as supreme power in India. Next point. Discipline in civil and military ranks. Discipline in civil and military ranks, comma, brilliant leadership and military tactics, comma, superior economic resources and technological advancement. I'll repeat the point. Discipline in civil and military ranks, brilliant leadership and military tactics, superior economic resources and technological advancement were the favorable factors for the British East India Company. Were the favorable factors for the British East India Company to secure political domination in India. To secure political domination in India. Next point. Gradual rise of East India Company. Gradual rise of East India Company was simultaneous to the decline of later Mughals. Thank you so much, Sri Lakshmi. It's a very good thing to see that you end the day with my classes. Okay, so are you getting the point? There is a thing which is happening simultaneously here. The rise of English East India Company is simultaneous to the decline of later Mughals in India. Okay, so gradual rise of English East India Company was simultaneous to the decline of later Mughals, and the company, please write, and the company availed this opportunity, availed, AVAILED, availed this opportunity of internal weakness, of internal weakness and decentralization, and decentralization to establish its supremacy, to establish its supremacy, full stop. Now we will write about the causes of English success and French failure. This is a common topic. They can ask you it in mains. They can ask you in prelims also, but most probably for mains it is important. Okay, that what happened, that why English got the success and French had the failure. Okay, this is the last point which you need to write, and then we will end the class. Fine, please write. Causes of the English success and French failure. This is a heading. Underline the heading. Causes of the English success and French failure. So let's first write about English. Okay. English were private enterprise or a private company, comma, they had quick decision making. They had quick decision making, comma, motivated by earning maximum profit, motivated by earning maximum profit, full stop. The army was superior and disciplined navy was also there. The army was superior and disciplined navy was also there. Next point. They had prominent possessions in Calcutta, Bombay and Madras. prominent possessions in Calcutta, Bombay, and Madras. Next point. They only focused on commercial gains and practical steps. They only focused on commercial gains and practical steps. Next point. They had many important commanders like Robert Clive, and Sir Eyre Coote. I hope you remember who was there in the Third Carnatic War. Sir Eyre Coote, S-I-R Sir, E-Y-R-E Eyre, C-O-O-T-E, Coote. Okay, full stop. So it was all about English. Now write about French. French East India Company was a state concern. It was a government company. French East India Company was a state concern. It was a government company, comma. They had delays in decision making, delays in decision making, and profit maximization was not a concern. Profit maximization was not a concern as it was controlled and regulated by as it was controlled and regulated by French government. French government. Next point. Superior English Navy. Superior English Navy cut off the vital sea route between the French possession in India. So basically English had a better navy. They were superior. So they used to cut off the links of the sea route. So whatever French possessions used to be there, the links were cut by the English. They always used to come in the between. They surpassed many of the routes also. Okay. So please write Superior English Navy. Superior English Navy cut off the vital sea links or sea routes, cut off the vital sea route between the French possessions in India. Next point. Prominent possessions were there in Pondicherry only. French had their prominent possession in Pondicherry only. Next point. They had territorial gains in their mind, which made the company short of funds. Okay, so just understand, like the way Britishers had commercial gains in their focus, right? They used to focus on commercial gain, practical thing. But French focused on territorial gains. Please write French focused on territorial gains and made the company short of funds. Short of funds. Hello Raghu. Yes. So many other new students are joining. You guys need to like and share the video. Please don't forget to do that. And come at 9 o'clock. Okay, don't come so late. So territorial gains made the company short of funds. Okay. Next point. They also had good commanders, but due to corruption, they also had good commanders, but due to corruption, they could not function nicely. They could not function nicely, like Joseph Francis Dupleix, Joseph, Joseph Francis, Francois, Joseph Francis Dupleix, Dupleix, और in short Dupleix भी लिख सकते हो आप. Okay, only Dupleix also if you will write, that will also be fine, no problem. Okay, Joseph Francis Dupleix. Okay, now write the conclusion. So the conclusion of the story is that English ultimately got the victory. Fine. So just write it in a good bookish language. See, the dictation which I give you is a very unique, content which is having a different vocabulary which you will not find in the books, and it will make your answer unique when you will write your answer, mains answer in the exam. See, other students are also reading the same book. They will also have the same content. They will also write in the same language. But if you will have some good keywords, if you will write conclusion, introduction, and every key point in a nice way, then you will have extra marks in your mains. Okay, so put a subheading conclusion. Conclusion. Please write. 18th century India was. 18th century 18. 18th century India was constantly in a state of turmoil. Constantly in a state of turmoil. Turmoil. Full stop. It was this period which witnessed. It was this period which witnessed both changes and continuity. Both changes and continuity. Next point. On one side, comma, there was arrival of the Europeans in India, and on the other hand, comma, there was downfall of the mighty Mughal Empire. There was downfall of the mighty Mughal Empire. Full stop. Next point. Amidst of amidst all the chaos, AMIDST, amidst all the chaos, CHAOS, amidst all the chaos, comma, the English East India Company, the English East India Company developed a stronghold in the subcontinent, developed a stronghold in the subcontinent by eliminating other European rival companies, by eliminating other European rival companies and establishing superiority by entering into conflicts with the local rivals. And establishing superiority by entering into conflicts with local rulers slash rivals. Local rulers or rivals. Clear? Fine. So we have understood everything for today. All the points are clearly covered. And now I can end the session here. Please let me know, guys, if you have any doubts, and let me know how many of you have subscribed the Hindi channel. New channel, the new Hindi channel, please subscribe that. To get the links, to get the details, you just need to get in touch with me on Telegram. There is a form also in the description box. Just check that one, and then you'll be able to join the classes with me. So I'll just end the session here. I don't see any doubts right now, but if you have any doubts, please let me know. Or later, if you watch it in the recorded way, then also you can comment and I'll help you understand the topics well. So, yes, right, I'm waiting. You guys can tell me if you have anything to discuss. We have completed the Carnatic Wars. I have uploaded these slides already for you. So, please check the slides also. And this is the new GS Foundation course, again telling you, try to join it as soon as possible and get the demo videos for free. And this is the number 8595352083. To get the demo lectures, please call on this number. Okay, fine. Thank you so much, guys. See you then. Take care. Bye bye.